Archangel Michael says, the presence around you hasn't just been unsettling, it's been spiritually venomous. For months, something dark has been breathing too closely to your purpose, pretending to be comfort while silently unraveling your destiny. They dressed their lies in warmth, wrapped their envy in smiles, and convinced you they were loyal, when all along, they were feeding off your light. The shift began the moment you felt emotionally drained around them, but couldn't explain why. They disguised their destruction as advice, sabotaging you softly, making you think every setback was your fault. But behind your back, they cheered every time life hit you harder. There is a hiss in your atmosphere, a frequency of betrayal that you've ignored because your heart is too pure. But now, the divine realm has sounded the alarm. The one who has been closest, whom you'd never suspect, is the snake that has long been planting venom in your garden. Archangel Michael says, their camouflage is falling. And you will not have to lift a single hand, heaven is already rearranging their downfall. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They observed your moves silently and reported your dreams to those who had none. What you confided in trust became weapons used against you in conversations you were never meant to hear. This person smiled when you cried and envied you when you succeeded, even the smallest win felt threatening to them. They mirrored you just enough to make you feel seen, but secretly they were feeding on your light to mask the void inside them. You've been spiritually scratched and emotionally bruised, not by fate, but by someone who pretended to be your safety. And now, God is uncovering them. They've started to panic recently, and you can feel it. Their tone has changed. Their energy trembles in your presence, not because they love you, but because they know their mask is slipping. Archangel Michael says, you were never meant to live entangled with snakes. Heaven is activating a divine split, separating their path from yours for good. Type Amen to get blessing 784. The snake fed off your silence. The more you ignored the warning signs, the deeper they dug into your life. They learned your habits, tracked your moods, and watched for weakness, not to help, but to plot. They smiled when others spoke against you, then returned to your side like a guardian. Their game was to make you doubt yourself so you wouldn't suspect them. They wanted you isolated so their influence would be louder than your intuition. But something is rising inside you now, a divine intuition that no longer whispers, it roars. And what used to confuse you is now. Divine intuition that no longer whispers, it roars. And what used to confuse you is now becoming clear. This person, the snake in disguise, cannot go where God is taking you next. Heaven has begun the removal. Watch how suddenly they disconnect, disappear, or try to guilt-trip you one last time. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You were covered even when you didn't know the enemy was this close. The divine realm has been guarding you through prayers you didn't even remember whispering. Now, the light is exposing the shadow that's been cast over your destiny. This snake didn't want your love, they wanted your life force. They wanted your story, your position, your respect. But what they forgot was, you are not just protected, you are chosen. The heavens have had enough. This is not your battle to fight with words. Their own tongue, which they used to poison others, is now turning against them. Archangel Michael says, this exposure will shake you, but it will also free you. The snake's time is over. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You will start to feel peace the moment they are gone. The anxiety they brought wasn't yours, it was a reaction to their hidden energy. The headaches, the emotional confusion, the lack of clarity, it all came from being in the company of deception. This snake was strategic, manipulating timelines to keep you stuck. They watched you almost give up and smiled in secret. But what they didn't see was your silent strength being built in the unseen. Your spirit is being restored. God is cleaning the air around you and casting out every hidden toxin. Their removal will not be loud, it will be divine and complete. You will know it was them when your blessings begin to flow again. Type Amen to get blessing 575. They are already feeling the fire of exposure. Their conversations are being revealed. Their alliances are crumbling. They're looking around nervously, sensing that the very spiritual net they cast is now being pulled back onto them. They can no longer pretend. Your growth is suffocating their lies. Their stories are unraveling because truth has entered the room, and you are finally seeing what heaven always saw. Your silence was not weakness, it was patience. But now your spirit has aligned with divine justice. What was once hidden is now being brought to light. And the light is too strong for them to survive in anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 222. The snake is spiritual, it's not just about a person, it's about an influence. Someone has carried the spirit of deceit into your space. But your spirit rejected them even when your heart couldn't explain why. You saw red flags and turned them into compassion. You made excuses for their disrespect because you hoped they would change. But all along, they were planting seeds of spiritual stagnation around you. You started to doubt your calling. You hesitated on decisions. And that was the snake's goal, to confuse your path and drain your energy before you could rise. But now, you're rising regardless. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The snake underestimated the strength of divine protection. They thought they could whisper your name into destruction without consequences. But God doesn't lose His chosen to whispers. They are about to experience divine silence, where heaven cuts off all access to your energy. You'll feel a detachment that shocks you with its peace. That's God removing the tie. You won't have to block them, heaven already has. You won't have to explain the change, your life will. And they'll know exactly why things are crumbling for them. Archangel Michael says, you're entering a protection so high, not even their thoughts will reach you again. Type Amen to get blessing 619. Your glow returns once this snake leaves. Your joy reawakens. Your purpose becomes clearer than ever. The delay wasn't denial, it was spiritual warfare. But now, the war is ending, and the winner has already been crowned. You survived their shadow games. You are being lifted into favor. Doors will begin to open again. Opportunities that paused will now resume. Everything they tried to delay is still arriving, faster, greater, stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 313. You've been too kind to people who didn't deserve proximity to your soul. But that season is closing. You are being called higher, and their betrayal was the last key to your elevation. Let them talk. Let them twist. Let them run wild with lies. It will only speed up their fall. Because the truth now walks with you like armor. And the divine realm has assigned angels to ensure no snake ever coils around your path again. Silence. This isn't just a removal, it's a reset. The very soil where they sowed confusion is now being turned into a garden of clarity. What was once weaponized against you is being turned into divine proof of your protection. No more spiritual manipulation. No more false loyalty. No more smiling faces hiding cold intentions. Type Amen to get blessing 656. You'll look back on this time as the season heaven made it clear, you were never alone. That snake tried to isolate you, but angels were standing guard. You were being preserved in silence for a louder victory. The snake had spiritual assignments, dark alignments. But heaven intercepted their rituals. The power they thought they had is being stripped. And their access to your destiny has been permanently revoked. Their connection to you is being severed by holy fire. Not even memories of you will bring them peace. That's what happens when someone touches what heaven has covered. Type Amen to get blessing 212. They're losing grip. The snake once had control over the narrative. But now, people are seeing the truth. What was once whispered in corners is now collapsing in the open. The truth doesn't need to scream, it simply stands. And when the snake tries to defend itself, it will sound like desperation, not logic. Your peace will speak louder than their lies. Your elevation will speak louder than their stories. And your light will reveal every shadow they tried to hide in. They can't survive the light anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 505. This battle was never physical, it was energetic. The snake tried to latch onto your soul by staying close, pretending to care. They thought proximity gave them power, but it only gave God evidence. Your name was written in their curses, but heaven tore the page. Your destiny was delayed, not destroyed. And now, divine timing is catching up. You'll begin to feel light, free, untangled. You'll breathe deeply again. And in that breath, you'll know, it was always them. Type Amen to get blessing 636. You were marked for greatness. That's why the snake found you. They don't bother those who aren't rising. But they made one fatal mistake, they stayed too long near divine fire. Their fake friendship is being burned away. Their mask is cracking. Their influence is ending. And you are being reborn in light. Heaven is restoring everything they touched. God is replacing every dark echo with harmony. The time of the snake is over. Type Amen to get blessing 300. You'll see it in how your finances shift. You'll see it in how your health restores. You'll see it in how your sleep becomes deeper and dreams more vivid. Their spiritual grip is gone. Your space is being sanctified. Your journey is being accelerated again. The blockages are breaking. The chains are shattered. And the snake's presence, once unnoticed, is now erased. Archangel Michael says, their time among you has expired. Type Amen to get blessing 808. There's something holy about detachment. When God removes someone, He removes the emotional strings too. You'll no longer long for their friendship, you'll feel relieved. That's healing. That's spiritual proof. That's restoration. This snake didn't just want to be near you, they wanted to delay you. But now, they've delayed themselves. Every step they take will echo regret. You're protected. You're uplifted. You're walking in divine flow again. Type Amen to get blessing 181. Let the snake slither back into its hole. You don't need revenge. The divine realm is already issuing justice. Your elevation will be witnessed by the very ones who said you'd never rise. And their guilt will burn heavier than your silence ever could. Keep your spirit clean. Don't argue. Don't explain. Just move forward. Heaven is speaking louder than anything they could ever say. Type Amen to get blessing 919. You were tested, but now you're trusted. The snake was the final piece in a long lesson about discernment. And you passed. You'll attract better now. You'll see red flags faster. You'll walk with strength, not softness toward sabotage. There's no more pretending. The snake can no longer mimic love. Heaven has exposed it fully. Your circle is safer now. Your spirit is clearer. Your life is realigned. Type Amen to get blessing 343. They may try one last time, a desperate message, a manipulative apology. But don't fall for it. That's not change, it's panic. They don't miss you. They miss access. But what they once fed off no longer exists for them. You've changed. You've upgraded. You've ascended. And their time, truly and finally, is over. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Stay grounded now. Don't go back. The snake was never your safety, they were your storm. Let this be the chapter you remember as divine separation. When God loved you enough to rip deception out by the root. What's coming is more peaceful than you ever knew possible. Real friendships. Real love. Real clarity. Your spirit is finally free to soar again. Type Amen to get blessing 303. The snake might try to latch onto someone else now, someone near you. Pray for those people. But don't entangle yourself again. This was their last chance, and they blew it. Heaven has closed the door. And now the only thing left for you is blessing. Walk tall. Speak slow. Smile wide. You survived what was meant to spiritually bury you. Archangel Michael says, you're now walking fully in the divine timeline that was delayed by their deception. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Let their silence be their confession. Let their absence be your protection. Let their downfall be your confirmation. You will hear people talk about how they've changed. But you'll know, they just got caught. This is your confirmation, the snake's chapter is closed. God is writing a new one. And it is dripping with favor. Move differently now. Walk blessed. You've been delivered. Type Amen to get blessing 929. You will notice how heavy your spirit used to feel when you were around them. But now it's like breathing air after being underwater. Every moment feels lighter, every step more certain. You're not imagining the shift. This is what deliverance feels like. The snake's energy is no longer circling your home. Your laughter will sound different. Your sleep will be sweeter. Your ideas will come faster. Because the darkness that once hovered has been exiled. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They thought you'd never find out. They thought you were too kind, too blind, too loving. But you were just patient. And now, God has made you aware. That's all He needed to do, because once you're aware, the enemy can no longer operate in the dark. The light around you now is too strong. The shadows are gone. The snake has slithered away, exposed and defeated. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Prepare yourself for the wave of goodness that follows betrayal. It always comes. That's heaven's order. For every lie they spoke, truth is coming to lift you. For every block they created, a new door opens. This is not just a season of removal, it's the beginning of miraculous restoration. They are gone, and now your true alignment begins. A fresh chapter. A healed spirit. A destiny untouched by their influence. Type Amen to get blessing 717. And now, chosen one, keep your head high. You passed the test. You discerned the Spirit. You allowed heaven to cleanse what you didn't even fully understand. This is what growth feels like. It's lonely before it's liberating. But the blessing coming now is so heavy, you'll need the room this snake used to take up. The snake is gone. The weight has lifted. The blessings begin now. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You will begin to notice a strange stillness around your life. Not the kind of silence that feels like loss, but a sacred silence that feels like safety. That is heaven securing the atmosphere now that the snake has been removed. The noise they created is gone. The whispers, the behind-the-back conversations, the guilt-tripping, all of it has fallen into divine silence. You are now walking under a new covering, one where deception cannot survive. Their removal is spiritual. It's not about unfollowing, blocking, or even confrontation. God simply took their name off your soul's contract. Type Amen to get blessing 434. The snake wanted to bind you emotionally. They fed off your kindness and used your compassion as a leash. But that leash has snapped, and now they can't find their way back to you even if they begged. Your eyes are open. Your soul is protected. Your aura is guarded. You'll feel your creativity spark again. You'll feel your body rest in ways it hasn't in months. That's what happens when poison is finally drained. This is your healing season. Let nothing crawl back in. Type Amen to get blessing 611. Every delay that entered your life during their presence is now being reversed. Everything they tried to block is coming full speed. What they laughed about behind your back, heaven is about to deliver to your front door. You won't even need to announce it. You won't have to say a word. Your breakthrough will speak for itself. The divine realm is restoring your timeline. Everything they touched is being cleansed. The snake's fingerprints are being removed from your life completely. And you you're being crowned anew. Type Amen to get blessing 292. This is how divine justice works. It never begs. It doesn't warn twice. It simply acts. And when it moves, no darkness can reverse it. That snake had their chance. They were warned spiritually. But they continued the deceit. Now, heaven has flipped the script. You're no longer being watched, you're being celebrated. You're not just protected, you're rising. And those who were close just to destroy will now watch from afar. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. Watch how people you once couldn't imagine life without will fade away quietly. That's not coincidence, it's divine subtraction. God is making space for authentic, pure souls to enter your atmosphere. No more snakes. No more subtle manipulation. No more smiles hiding venom. You're being raised into a garden of truth. Real conversations. Real intentions. Real elevation. And this time, no serpent will ever slither into your sacred circle again. Type Amen to get blessing 553. Your strength has returned. That deep inner knowing that used to feel clouded is now crystal clear. Your discernment is sharper, and your energy is calmer. They tried to take that from you. They wanted to dull your shine so theirs wouldn't look dim. But the divine light on your life is not theirs to dim. They didn't destroy you, they revealed you. They didn't win, they exposed themselves. You are better. Stronger. Free. Type Amen to get blessing 800. The next time they see you, they won't recognize you. You'll look the same, but you'll be glowing with something untouchable: peace, joy, authority. Their influence once gripped your emotions. But now they'll feel the wall of protection surrounding you. They'll try to speak, but nothing they say will land. Their words will bounce off the shield God has placed around your soul. Because the snake no longer has a voice in your story. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Let this be your closure: they are gone, and they will never hold your light again. Let this be your comfort: heaven saw what you couldn't, and still fought for you. Let this be your beginning: nothing is standing in the way anymore. You are free. That's the most powerful shift of all. No chains, no guilt, no confusion. The snake that lived too close has been removed, permanently. Type Amen to get blessing 474. You will no longer question if you're worthy. You will no longer feel drained around those who are supposed to care. The right people are coming, and they won't carry secret agendas in their hearts. These new connections are heaven-sent. They'll love you in truth. They'll support you in the light. And you'll feel it immediately, because it won't feel heavy. It will feel like peace. Because real love doesn't slither. It stands. Type Amen to get blessing 388. The blessings that begin now are not ordinary. They were delayed by divine design. God knew that if the snake stayed, your blessings would have been compromised. Now that they're gone, the floodgates are opening. Promotions, breakthroughs, miracles, revelations, they're all rushing toward you. You'll laugh again. You'll dance again. You'll dream bigger than before. Because the delay was not denial, it was protection from a snake in the garden. Type Amen to get blessing 733. They'll hear about your joy. They'll hear about your rise. And what they once used to curse your name will now echo your victory. You won't need revenge. Your peace will be punishment enough. Your elevation will be evidence enough. Archangel Michael says, your chapter has shifted. The snake's time ended not with a fight, but with a divine command. It is finished. It is sealed. It is protected. Type Amen to get blessing 393. Walk with your head lifted. Let go of fear. Let go of doubt. Let go of the false loyalty that tied your light to someone else's darkness. It's your time now. It's your air now. Breathe fully, freely, confidently. You've survived deception. And now, you're stepping into distinction. Chosen one, the snake is no more. And your soul is finally home in peace. Type Amen to get blessing 123.